Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Man United agenda. And yes, is Van der Beek at Manchester United after this January transfer window, or will Ole suck it up and give him his opportunity? Welcome to the Man United agenda. Yes, hello everyone, and welcome to the Man United agenda. And it is me, Solo 7, Mr. B, OMONDI, and SHAH. Hi guys, how you doing? Good day?
It was all right.
Yep, brilliant. Guys, so we're back again. So remember, if you're liking, sharing, subscribing, we're on the road to 700, but once we hit that 1K subscriber, we'll be giving you the opportunity to win yourself a signed Bruno Fernandes shirt. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button. So, kickstart the show. Van der Beek never fell in the paper. Wherever you go, it's all about Van der Beek at Man United. Van der Beek right now is bigger than Manchester United because that's all we talk about is Van der Beek. So let's start off with Mr. B. Mr. B, Van der Beek at the moment is tipped to leave Manchester United in January due to obviously him not starting, and also a lot of pundits, a lot of ex-footballers have criticised Ole Gunnar Solskjaar on the treatment of Van der Beek. So what do you make of this? Do you think he'll be at Old Trafford, or do you think it's time for him to move on? Because it seems there's nothing he can't do or can do to get him in his team.
He's gone. He should have gone in. He should have gone in. I think he should have gone in the last transfer window, to be honest. Ollie showed him no faith at all. I don't know what lies Ollie's told him, but you as a footballer, I understand he's probably not going to get much bigger than Man United. Let's be honest. We are mammoth. And he's thinking, right, if he succeeds at Man United, he can do this, he can do... I tell you what we've done. We have halted his progress for 2 years. He has been picking up money for not playing. He goes out there, he trains. I can't believe a player of Van der Beek's brought-upsy, as my mum would say, he was done the Ajax way, that he's going to be unprofessional in training. He can't be a bad player because there's teams out there who will take Van der Beek off our hands, no problem. And if it was an open sale, when we did the deal, we heard on Thursday, oh, we're interested in Van der Beek. Sunday, Van der Beek was done. So if there was anybody else interested at that time, they didn't have a chance. So now it's an open market. I feel that he can go to anywhere he wants. Why he's not playing, I have no idea. I think OMONDI's got that hotline to the Man United changing room. So I'm going to hear from OMONDI soon. But yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go for his own sanity. And everybody's at the moment is talking about mental health and well-being. He must be driving himself absolutely bloody nuts. So me personally, I think he should be gone. He should have gone already. And if he can get out in January, forget about Man United, start thinking about yourself. Start being selfish. Yeah, get yourself out of there. Monday, agree, disagree?
It's a tough one for me. I don't really want to see him leave. I think he's a good player, good quality player. I think he can get into our side and play really well. It's just that my issue is why would you spend all that money on a proven quality player, a young sought-after player in Europe, and not find a way, not have a strategy to put him in the side? When he signed for us, did you say, oh yeah, we're promising you first team starts and you're going to be playing this role and everything else? I don't know what was said, what was done. People are saying we don't know what position he is. Still to this day, people out there who don't know him don't know what his position is and everything else. But I think he's made that clear by his performances prior to this that he can play in a number of positions, and whether it's a 10, 6, or 8, he can do it all. It's just that I feel he is not suited, because the type of player he is. I don't feel he's suited to what it seems our manager wants in that position, like the midfield position. We keep talking about McTominay and Fred. These guys, their attributes are not suited to Donny's attributes, it seems. Donny's a baller, high IQ, nice touch, nice intelligent player. And I've heard people say maybe he doesn't do the work in training. And if he was doing the work in training, he'd be in. But does that work mean what, beep test or cross-country running or something like that? I don't know. Because for me, when it comes to football, that's all the work you need to be able to do. He's obviously professional. He's fit. He's proven he can play through games, But it's just, I think our philosophy of play at the moment, especially in midfield, does not suit Donny van de Beek, and it's a big disappointment and a bit of a shame on the club. Which, although we've made some good signings, it's a bit of a shame on the club that we could purchase someone and not have a way, especially for that sort of money, and not have a way of fitting him in. You see, till this day, we still don't really have a style for him to fit in. I don't know what you think, Shah. You go to the home games. You've been to more games than me. What do you reckon?
I think with Donny personally, since we've signed him, we've had to develop him in a physical way. That was done over the summer period, the break. He's grown. Has he gelled with the team? We don't know that, because obviously training's behind closed doors. He looks like as if he gets on well with the team. If you get on well with the players, you can obviously play well together when you are playing. For me, I just think that at the moment, Ollie doesn't trust him 100%. I was looking at some things from, the season before he joined us, right? And that season before he joined us, I was just having a peek at how many starts or what he had. In total, he actually made 37 appearances for Ajax with about 3,000 minutes worth of let's just say 3,200 minutes worth of playing time. So obviously, when you're playing in a team that you're going to be anchored to, the teams, the style of play, you've grown up with a lot of the players, you're going to potentially look a little bit better than maybe what you're going to be when you fit into a new team where you haven't gelled. And I think that's what we're seeing. But people say that Ollie hasn't given Donny a chance. He's had 36 games in 2021 and he had 1,500 minutes. Out of that, he scored 1 goal and 1 assist. He was subbed 15 times, right? So there's obviously a problem that Ollie doesn't feel confident in playing him in those positions. And this season, he would have probably got a better run if we'd stayed in the EFL Cup. And I think we would have probably seen a better and more mature Donny come 3 months, 4 months into the season, where he would have grown his confidence and that. But for me personally, I think I don't want to see him go. I'm very much with yourself, OMONDI, like on that situation. I don't want to see him go. I think we have got a good player there. But if the treatment carries on, I think he'll just make that decision, like Mr. B said, and he'll be gone in January. I think all the hype about the media doesn't help anyone, and it won't help him make that decision in a positive way. But we saw it with Depay. Depay got battered after he had his great Champions League game. I think it was that, he flicked all his skills and then he had to leave and grow and mature somewhere else, which unfortunately we've got a big squad now. It's not like we haven't got players that can play in these positions and replace. We've got sometimes 2-3 players in these positions. So there's going to come a time where rotation is going to be limited. And unfortunately, I think that's what's happening. Errol, what do you think? Solo?
Yeah, so I get what you're saying there, Shah. I do understand what you're saying. And with you saying about we've got a few players in different position, and my worry and concern is it doesn't seem like Paul Pogba is going to sign a new contract. So Paul Pogba goes. We keep week in, week out saying the Fred and Scott doesn't really and truly work. We've got a player at Man United right now who can be coached because he's 24 years old. So he can be coached in that position. You see him do it for Ajax in playing in different position. You see him do it for Holland in different position as well. So you have got a player that you can utilize. Because for me, I reckon, obviously, my business is retail. And people always say, oh, but you always need someone who's got experience to this. No, you don't always need someone experienced, because you can train, you can coach that person into whoever you want that person to be. So I just believe in sort of with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it's a trust issue he just doesn't have with him. Is the players in training, is he going to be sort of like the piano player, like I call him? I never call his name. I call him a piano player, where he's at training and he sits on his own. He doesn't talk to the guys. He don't do anything with them. He just sits on his own, and that's all he does. So it would be a shame if he leaves Man United, because he's going to be one of those players. He leaves Man United, and it seems with Depay as well, the same thing, where all of a sudden, oh, we should get Depay. All the Man United fans, oh, I think we should go and buy Depay back. But you're the guys who were sitting there in the first place saying, well, just get rid of him. He should stay at Man United. And for me, him going, I reckon we're probably looking at buying him back when he's 30 years old for about, 80, 90 million. And it would be embarrassing as a club doing that, because the manager has not given him. I know you're saying about the opportunity. He's played this many games. What show were we talking the other day about Martial, about player confident? He's scoring a goal. So why is it okay for Martial to score a goal, get confident, but we're not giving Van der Beek a run in the team so he can build a bit of confidence? Mr. B.
Yeah.
You're mute.
Sorry. I just can't help thinking that there has to be another issue at the club. I would love Donny to be that guy who comes out there and just chats everybody's business, so that we know what's going on, because it's going to be speculation until he writes a book. Let's be honest, these things always stay quiet. I mean, I don't understand the business side of it. It's 40 million pounds of money that, all right, we say we have, but let's be honest, we only spend 60 million, so 20 million over our budget. We got Ahmad, who, God bless him, he didn't see no game time either. I'm just wondering if Ollie, I mean, Shah said it, trust issue. I'm not sure if it's...
What else can it be? Why can't you play him?
Well, to me, Ollie seems like a team guy. Maybe it's a decision where it's him, Carrick, and what's the other man there? McKenna. And if two of them vote that he don't play, I don't know. I can't. It just makes no sense to me. He's an international footballer. It's not like he's some, I don't know, it's just like he's not some arse that they've bought from, I don't know, Crew Alexandra. No disrespect to Crew Alexandra. or a lower level team. It just doesn't make no sense to me. We've got Arsenal man saying they would take him. We've got Tottenham man saying they would take him. But then why doesn't Ollie want to take him? They're talking about letting him go to get the money back for him. Well, I'm sorry. You've had a player for 18 months and you haven't played him, but you want the same money for him.
There's a counter argument, Charlotte. You were saying that, he's played so many games last season, whatever it was, 20-odd, 30-odd games he's played, but he hasn't really played in these games, has he? He's always come on a sub, it seems. He's never really cemented a place in the side and been given that confidence to play. And this is someone who's probably watching on and getting frustrated and gritting his teeth and seeing players ahead of him that he probably feels that he can perform better than. I just think it's shame on us. Like I was saying before, it's a shame on us and our coaching. It's a bit like AJ. AJ lost. He sticks with one coach and he lost 2 fights now, and he's too stubborn to go and seek a better trainer. Do you understand what I'm saying? because this guy is saying to you, oh no, don't worry, just keep doing this, keep doing punching through targets. He's not developing at all. And we got a great player in Donny van der Beek who can offer us something that we need, a bit more expansion, a bit more creativity, all the things that we want in midfield. And we got all the fans are pulling their hair out about these two centre midfielders in Fred and McTominay, who are good, decent players, but they're not of the standard of the top four title challenging team, in my opinion. And the issue is these two guys are supposed to be workers and everything else, but how come we keep getting caught out on the counter? It's a major issue for Man United this season and last season, for example. How come? So the two issues that we have, we keep getting caught out on the counter. That's one issue with players that shouldn't be, because they're supposed to be defensively minded, and also we can't break teams down because we've got these two guys who are just kind of defensively minded and don't have the quality to break teams down or to support our team to play football in their half and break them down like that. And the counter comes from us giving the ball away. So all it's screaming out for me for a player like Donny, who's at the club now, not a player, oh God, I like the guy from Ajax or I like the guy from Lyon or whatever. He's there at our club right now. And it's just give him a run of games. We said it's like deja vu all of a sudden. It's like, wait, apart from Solo wearing a hat all of a sudden, but it's like deja vu for me because we've had this conversation last season. Give him a run of games, give him 5-6 games. I'm sure he will demonstrate the quality that we need. It's just that 70,000 people in the stadium. I feel British football sometimes is a bit ignorant and a bit in the dark ages because they want if you runners and hard tacklers and all that kind of thing, and you kind of miss the boat really. Because we've got a player there who can do a bit more, and you need to applaud that and give him time to settle in. I've heard some top pundits really sort of dismiss him, say, "Well, we don't really know much about him, and if he was really that good, he'd work hard in training." But I'm like, no, I'm not having it. He's a baller. Play ballers in your side, and we might see something.
And I know, Shah, you said how much games you said he played, because I've got a statistic here for you now to give you a breakdown of how many games he's played and average minutes on a football pitch.
Yeah, I think it's like 37 games, wasn't it, last season?
Yep, average, and wait for it, average minutes.
Yeah, about 15 or 12.
8 minutes.
Yeah, there you go.
8 minutes. So how can you prove yourself playing an average of 8 minutes on a football field? You can't.
Look, I'm not disputing that, but my point is there's games that he's played longer than that, had the impact, the consistency that he needs to have, and to be chosen as a starting 11 needs to be shown in those games. My point is, right, Ferguson let fringe players come in, show their worth, right? If they weren't good enough, they weren't getting game time. Now, Ollie, I think we all know, and we've discussed the point many a times, right? But the whole central midfield situation at the moment should push him mentally to say, well, actually, we need to start maybe trying this out. So I agree with you on Monday. He needs that running games. But I think the times that he has done it or maybe put him in, he hasn't done what maybe he would have expected him. He wasn't blown away by him. Yeah. None of us have actually turned around and said, do you know what? That 10 minutes, he was absolute world class. So, I know it's 10 minutes, but you could bring some players on in 10 minutes and they'll look amazing. There are times when Donny looks lost in a game. I remember the one game, one season, and he looked a little bit lost. He was running, close, backwards and forwards. And
I'm judging. We watch all the games. And this I say, it's all about opinion, isn't it? To my eye test, I love my eye test. I don't know about his stats and all this kind of thing. But to me, when I watch him, I'm saying this guy's a baller. He's never looked lost to me. It's the team that looks lost, in my opinion, to not knowing how to utilize a player of that ability. And that's the worry for me. And that's the concern. So you bring in you bring in a good player and he's not, people saying he's looking lost or he's not, performing. This is the same mentality where people saying McTominay was man of the match in the Europa League final because he was running around almost like a headless chicken and working hard. And people saying, oh, he's man of the match. Yeah. But where's the quality? Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's an issue with our side at the moment, I think.
But don't you think, and I'm going to flip this to Mr. B as well, don't you think with it, so he played only 4 games so far this season. So Young Boys, he was on and he got hauled off at half-time. And in that game, the first half as well, he was the better player on the pitch at the time when he got taken off. Yeah. Then he played a full 90 minutes against West Ham And again, after the game, loads of Man United fans are out there going, "Oh, it's Donny's fault. It's Donny's fault. It's Donny's fault." But the whole team played awful. The whole team played as a collective. No one had a really good game against West Ham. He's only played 4 games this season, and the hardest thing for me with Donny van der Beek is when the guys had to put their arms around him when he thought he was coming on, and then he got told to go back and sit in the stand. And it's almost like you can't really truly play around with someone's emotion like that, because it will break you at some points. And footballers, and as men as well, I'll sit there and put it out there, we struggle to talk to people about our feeling as it is. So putting him, I know it's football and people go, "Oh, but he's getting loads of money to pay," but he's still human. It's still a human being, and we've got to treat players properly. I'm going to sit there, I'm going to put it out there. We are going to get rid of him in January. I know we will. But at the same time, it's going to be a regret. Mr. B? Mute. Mute.
I'm not sure it will be a regret for us as Man United fans. We haven't seen the best of Van der Beek. So what are we regretting? Nothing. For him, his regret, I've said, all the regret is on Donny's side. I'm a Man United supporter, but right now I hate what they've done to him. As a human being and as a player, I mean, there was a message up here from Anthony a little while earlier about them telling him shit and him believing the shit. He's an arse. I think he's an idiot. He had a whole year of not playing. He had the opportunity to move. And Ollie said to him, "Well, I'm going to play you now over McFuckery's." No, because they're still playing.
Yeah.
They're still playing. So, to me, he's not being strong enough. Monday said last season he should be there kicking down the manager's door and you know, not creating a stink, but being forthright in what he feels should be happening. And I was at the time thinking, man, and Monday's just a big troublemaker, but he's right. Because if he had done that earlier on, he would have been out. He would have been out of the club playing football. The World Cup's coming, and he ain't been picked in the squad. He has not been picked in the squad. Before he came to Man United, he was in every Dutch squad. Yeah. He's come to Man United now, and he ain't playing. Come on, man. The penny's got to drop in his head.
To counterattack your argument there, Mr. B, I'll read a statement out from Marcelo, the Everton chief executive. He said they had Donny van der Beek on their wish list at the beginning of the transfer window. Yeah. They made inquiry to Manchester United through his agent, who quoted said, "Yes, the move is on, and it will be in the region of about 40 to 45 million. Last minute, on the 11th hour, Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaar came back and blocked the move.
Wow. See, that would have been a slight profit we would have made on him. Why would you block the move? And if you're going to speak to his agent and his team, you obviously be saying to him, "You're going to play a lot more games. We got a deal here." Otherwise, he would say, "No, you can't block it. I want to go and kick up a stink." Yeah. And as we saw, as I said, all along, he's been professional. As we saw, it sort of tipped over the edge the other day when he sort of visibly put out his shirt and showed a lot of an anger. And the players seemed behind him because they must know, proper ballers know ballers. They must know that it's a disappointment for him, you know, to see Fred warming up and running on the pitch, you know, instead of him. So, yeah, there's something not right. I just think going forward with Manchester United, if we want to improve, we need to identify our targets, which we have been. I think what we've done really well recently in recent years. It's the only one. Identify a target, understand what role he's going to play in the club, be honest with him and say to him, "You're going to be down the pecking order, or you're going to get so many games, whatever," so they know where they stand. I just think this has been a big mess up all round from Man United and for Donny as well. It's disappointing. A guy in your prime, you've wasted a year and a half or something at a club, and you digressed in a way. Don't you think, Shah?
I do. I think the other thing as well, I think maybe Donny was a security policy for if Pogba left.
Okay.
So no. I'm just thinking in a way like, actually, if he plays a 10, a 6, or an 8, who have we got in this position? Right, we got Pogba, Bruno. Really, they're the two positions that I feel Donny would be good in. Obviously, you got Matic sitting there in behind, and you got Scott and Fred. So there's a choice of 5. So I think if Pogba was going to go, I think that we would have seen an earlier introduction to Donny. But I think that now things have changed quite dramatically over this last summer, where we've made, 3 marquee signings plus Ronaldo. I was talking about Tom Heaton, obviously. Marquee signings.
Forgotten about him.
So, but my point is, I think as a manager, you can't think just about this season. You got to think about where you're going to be in 2 seasons. So maybe Donny's part of those future plans, and that's what we're not seeing because we're not seeing it right now. We might see it towards the back end of the season when we see a little bit more of him.
So,
Right,
Mr. B wanted to say something, and then I'm going to counterattack it.
Because I'm going to forget what I actually wrote it down because I was scared I was going to forget. This is the same thing. Box has put a message up here. He's basically said the same thing that I said. If he was a replacement for Pogba, or he thought he was going to be going, he would have got some playing time in the Pogba position. He's had no playing time. He would still have got no minutes. He would have found somebody else to play instead of Donny. He would have found somebody else to play.
Lindroth.
Well, he probably, you know what? I'm not even going to sit here and say that he wouldn't have done, because right now, Ollie's on some Halston crackhead man decision making at the moment, and I just do not get it. I don't understand it. So sorry to cut in. I've said my piece. Solo, over to you, boss. Sorry.
So I was going to say, so the World Cup is in 1 year, like next year. Obviously, the World Cup's next year. His agent has come out now and saying he's going to work tirelessly now to get him out of Manchester United come January. So at the moment, it seems like his destination is going to be Everton or Juventus. And obviously, Paul Pogba has been linked with Juventus as well, going Juventus. So if Pogba is going to go Juventus, just say, for instance, Donny van de Beek go to Juventus, and people are trying to say they can't play together, there is going to be a way, and there's a system that they're both going to play in if they both go to Juventus.
Listen, Juve have got a different identity to us. They play football. It's a lot slower out there. It's probably more suited to Donny, and you'll probably see a lot of much better brand of Donny football out there in Juve or anywhere in the continent playing his football. It's just unfortunate, really. He's come to England and he's kind of like not got an opportunity. The style of football here is a lot more powerful, pacey. And not to say that he can't do and fit in, because I always look at the Man City. We had Bernardo Silva the other day, who's smaller than Donny, technical player as well. He was running the show against Liverpool in a powerful, fast-paced game. And the majority of their midfielders, they got Grealish, they got Gunnar, they've got Bernardo Silva. They're little guys, little technical guys who play into a system which works for them. So you don't hear any issues about them getting bullied or anything like that in Man City, because they got the ball and they got a strategy of how to play and everything else. So I just think we lost out there big time. I wish him luck though, because I hope he goes on to have a great career if he does leave, because he is a great little player, real good, great player. And it's a slap in the face for all the Man United transfer guys, the guys behind the transfers, everything else. And a slap in the face to me as a fan, because I think right now this is exactly what we are needing. That sort of player is exactly what we need. But unfortunately, it looks like he's gone. We've let him down and let ourselves down.
The thing is, that's what I always say as well. For me, everyone's crying out for CDM and some specialists in a CDM. I don't think we need a CDM at Man United. You can play without a CDM. We've got sufficient player within the squad that can fit, providing we've got a proper system. We can play that system. The system will work, and we can retain the ball with Donny van de Beek. Because right now, our last few games that we've played, we always sit there in the show, we laugh and joke. I always laugh and joke with Monday. And Monday said, "Oh, this defense can't get behind us. That place can't get behind us." But right now, people are getting behind us. each week now going forward, and it's almost like I see Box put a comment up about Spurs 6-1. It's almost like since then Ole's gone negative. Now again, whether or not Ole's gone negative or not, it's another show. But for me, Donny van de Beek right now can sit in that place and play alongside. We talk about even like Bruno Fernandes, dropping it, resting Bruno Fernandes, giving him a chance. Utilize the player. Playing better, right? Mark, why is it that we can use Mason Greenwood on the right hand side, and then a couple of weeks later we play him up front? We play Martial on the left, but then we can play him up front. Donny van de Beek, we can play him as a 6 or a 10. Why can't we play him in those positions?
I hear that.
It's basic. It's sort of basic. Any of us here, like, oh, Mr. B, obviously you're a coach, so you know it. You know, on Monday you still play football. I stopped playing football a while back, and Char, you stopped playing years ago.
He never did start. He never started.
Yeah.
So, guys, listen. If you're liking, please like, please share, please subscribe to the Man United Agenda. Amanda, would you like to hit some of these comments for us, please?
Yeah, we've got quite a few comments here. I'm just going to none of the highs, guys. I'm just going to touch on
We'll just
a
put
few issues. Hello, Box. How you doing? He says it's not like PK when he had world-class Ferdinand and Vidic in front of him. He's got McTominay and Fred in an inconsistent side. Great point. Box again said we have a problem in CM's centre midfielders next summer. Pogba plus Donny gone. Matic, Mata, Pereira will leave. That leaves Bruno, McTominay, Fred. Ideally, Fred are squad options, so we need 2 first-class starters in the starting 11. Ollie plays McTominay, Fred for the hard work and physical factors. But McTominay doesn't win enough tackles, and Fred gets outstrengthed. And then we also break. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, just one to Box. He says Ollie plays McTominay and Fred for their hard work and physical factors. Well, I mean, look, he looks like he's answered it there already. Fred doesn't win enough tackles, and I'm sorry, McTominay doesn't win enough tackles. I didn't see the rest of that. He's already answered it. Sorry. Yeah,
but this is a great point as well. And to add to that as well, they don't offer much ball retention. So all this hard work, when we're getting broken on or countered on, it's because these probably guys are maybe a factor enough to give them the ball away. Anthony Herbert says, hi, Anthony. He says, it is a good signing, Donny, but what's the point in signing him if you don't play? I think he listened to what was said to him and must have got told the rubbish and believed it.
Yeah. That's the covers, yeah.
Box again saying, difference is fringe players were kept out of the team by title-winning Champions League contenders. Donny is kept out of the team by inconsistent, non-performing players. Rich Sports, big up, man. He said he's not getting games, so maybe it's time for him to move on. And he's saying free Donny. If Pogba went last summer from Box, Donny would still get 0 minutes if he's honest. Yeah,
said it as well.
And he's saying Ollie would give Matic more minutes. Ollie would play McTominay in Pogba's position.
Yeah, well, he does, and that's what he does. Yeah. Let's be honest, that's what he's doing. We're laughing here, but that's what he's doing. He's taking the piss out of us.
Do you reckon Donny's got Akon locked up on repeat?
What's that?
No,
what's Akon?
Akon, the artist, music artist. I'm locked up.
I'm not going to sing.
Oh, right.
I'm not going to sing it. Guys, if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe. We have been the Man United Agenda, and we're on the road to 1K subscribers, but we need to hit that 700 subscribers first. I think, if I'm right to say, we're on about 677, I believe. So without you guys, there wouldn't be a show, and we do enjoy what we're doing, talking about our beloved club. And we're going to be seeing you guys again tomorrow. So from myself, Solo 7, Mr.
From myself, Omondi Juma,
SHAH. Guys, we will see you tomorrow night again. So thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the Man United Agenda.